All right, today we're going to show you a little bit of how we have been implementing Edmodo in the English classes thus far. First thing with logging in, you use your full email address and then a password of your choosing.
The login is on the top. If you need to create a new one, make sure to select teacher.
And here's a sample of what my home page looks like. We'll run you through this. So I'm going to select one of my classes, which is right here. I'll take my 3-4. And it lists the items from the most recent down to what I've done in the past. So what's nice about Edmodo is you have a log of previous assignments that the students have done.
It basically acts as a news feed, so the newest assignments or the newest activity is on top, and the interface is very similar to Facebook, which really helps the students. It's familiar to them.
So here's my most recent. The students took a dirt quiz. We can show you what this looks like. It shows you 33. It lists results. This is something you might ask your students prior to putting this on the board for them to be projected. You might say, do you have an issue with the fact that your scores will be shown, where it's a high score usually in that case, so you might not want to show that. But here's some quiz options. You can add it to your grade book. It doesn't add it to your PowerSchool grade. It just creates a grade book on Edmodo. This is my results, and then you lock the quiz, and you can even print a copy of it, so if you have someone who doesn't have one. So you can just see that. I'll come down here. This shows you a breakdown of the questions too, how well the students did on it. Questions numbers 1 through 5 were multiple choice. Number 6 was a write-in, so I had to go back and actually read those and hand correct them on the website itself.
But for the multiple choice, it does give you that immediate feedback on what the students do and do not know, and gives you this nice little pie chart to do that, which can be helpful for sharing with students as well.
The immediate feedback is the plus, rather than when they take another quiz and they don't know the results till you get it back to them after you graded it. So as we said, this was a news feed. So if we come down here, here's another way we've used Edmodo in our classes. It's with the final draft of their biography application.
So students can turn in electronic copies of written drafts by attaching a document. What's pretty interesting about this is that they can post one, and if they need to revise it, they can post multiple revisions and they'll all show up in the same place. They attach the file, so you can do multiple drafts and have them see that progression right there on Edmodo, and then you have all of their assignments in one place that you can access from school or from home since it's on Edmodo.
Right, so here we see a student who made revisions and realized he had a couple mistakes, so then he revised it again and then yet again. So this is the most recent one, and it says it, latest revision. So that's one way. Okay, we'll also go back again. And the other item we've done is, I'll scroll down here, another dirt quiz. We did a posting asking the students about their responses and how they would post some words doing connotation, denotation. So we had this where the students were then going back and forth. In this particular class, we only had one reply. Some of the other classes, you had a couple other replies.
Yeah. But this is a way similar to today's meet where the students can all share their ideas in one place that they can read, except for this will actually save it, and they can go back and reference this work at any time.
Okay, and then scrolling down further, we did a poll, which was also a nice thing to see. The question was, is sameness a quality of utopia or dystopia, in reference to reading The Giver? And this was just an interesting reaction for the students to see how their peers are viewing what's going on, and then we have replies.
It's really great for a do now or an exit activity.
And they can go from there. That's the ways we've been using Edmodo.
I would
Mr.
have to
O'Hara?
say I pretty much entertained many of the same ideas. I think one of the great things is I did a PowerPoint last week and was able to upload it onto Edmodo, have it as an assignment, and then I could clearly see who and what time they returned it, and then I could monitor and grade it all in one place rather than taking home all these different papers. And I could also keep a track of which ones were graded, which ones weren't graded, so it was actually a really great tool and device.
It also automatically logs if they're turned in late as well and saves that information because you can assign a due date. So any of the actions that you want to do are at the top. You have the choice of a note, alert, assignment, quiz, poll, and snapshot, a few of which you've shown that, and it walks you through it very easily.
Right. And any further questions, Jill's been our go-to person with this. She knows everything about it.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Thanks very much.